Hello, this is old MrKent, and I have been following the progress of them laying the pipe underneath the road, and they now are laying it in this video. They're laying it across the street in front of my son's house. First thing I have to do is apologize because it's been several months ago now, there were some guys out there and they were doing some surveying on our road there about the same place. And I went over and I asked them what they were, what was going on. And they said, well, they're thinking about putting some sewer line in here. And so I thought, okay. Well, then time went by and somehow, somewhere along the way, I don't know where I picked it up, but somebody said they were laying water line. And that made sense because they're putting all these new houses in and they're going to need water. But as it turns out, that is a sewer line indeed. And, I wondered because it was black. And usually sewer lines are green. But anyway, so that's what they're doing. And I apologize for telling you it was a water line all this time. And as you can see, they're inside the property of the guy that lives across the street from my son. And they're coming, they'll be either later today or tomorrow, they'll be coming down inside the property of my son's place. And right there where that tractor is, you can see where they're bringing the pipe up out of the ground to splice it together and continue on into my son's yard. And before I forget, if you've been following my channel, a couple of months ago, my website of 24 years crashed. And so, I've been slowly rebuilding it. And, so just recently I added the audio books that I had on there. And, there's, I have some audio books on Amazon, but, one of these is on Amazon and it costs money to download it there. But it's about it's 50 poems that I have written over my lifetime, and so you can download it free if you like to listen to poetry. And then some of the poems are about flying airplanes, and the other two that I've put up are short fictional stories based on fact. The one is about Rahab the harlot, who lived in Jericho when the walls fell and she survived. And so, it's only about 40 minutes long. And then the other one, is, have you ever wondered what happened? How come the widow that gave 2 coins and which was all she had, at the synagogue? And Jesus mentioned that she gave everything she had. Well, she's a widow. Have you ever wondered how come she's a widow and what happened to her husband? Well, this story is about an hour long and it's fictional, but it's based on fact. You might enjoy hearing my interpretation and imagination of what happened to her husband and why she became a widow. So anyway, when you have nothing else to do and want something to listen to, you can download those free off of my website. So, back to what we're talking about. As we come around here, you can see where that pipe is coming up out of the trench. Further up there, they're covering the trench, and it's coming up out, and then they'll weld some more onto it, and they'll bury it. And at the time that I'm actually recording this, they have made it all the way across the street into my son's place, and then it's been buried and coming up out of the ground there, like it is here. So, getting pretty hot out there. I don't know if they'll do much more today, but when they do, I'll get a aerial video of it. So there's the trench that they are cutting. Right there, they're moving real slow because there's pipes and, there's water pipes and there's electrical. I think it's 440 volts under the ground there, that they have to be careful not to hit. That's why there's a guy in the trench with a shovel digging down to make sure they don't go down too far, because he'll find that And then there's the water, not the water pipe, the pipe laying in my son's yard. And so they'll be coming along there next and digging up and burying it there. And then the fence is over to the left. As you will see as time goes by, if you follow my channel, he's moving all that fence and making his yard look nicer in the process. But my son has goats, and so they had to put up enough fence to keep the goats from getting out, because previously they could wander out in this pasture right here. So as you'll see as we come along here, he put up a temporary fence to keep the goats in, and then when the pipe is all buried and everything is done, then he's going to redo the fence to keep the goats in. But for right now, he's got a temporary fence, as you can see, that comes around there. So once again, I have to apologize that somewhere along the line I heard it was a water pipe. I wondered about that, but now it's a sewer pipe, so that's what it is. So as we back up here, you can see that fence that my son put up, and then we get back to the point where there's his backyard, and that's his boneyard, or what you want to call it. Those are the vehicles he's intending to restore. Be careful, don't hit those power lines. Anyway, and those are the vehicles that he's intending to restore. And then he's got others in the shop that he's already restoring. He's got a Jeep up on the lift outside there that he's repairing, as you see it's at the top of the screen. So he's staying busy, and but today he's taking care of this fence that he's built and finishing up with that. So I don't know if you haven't been following my channel, subscribe, click the like button and all that kind of stuff, because mostly I put up drone videos and e-bike videos. So as I come into land here, I want to thank you for watching my video, and God bless.